Good evening, everyone. Welcome once again. It is Sunday night. That's right, it is Sunday night. You know what that means? FRR Racing. And tonight, we are at Canadian Tire. That's right, Canadian Tire. Next up on the schedule tonight. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I am Shady Acres in the booth tonight. My good old homeboy and my big dog, B Nizzy, is got the his guy with the family this 4th of July weekend, so he is not going to be able to join me in the booth tonight, but he will look forward to being in the booth, back up here in the booth next week. But so I'm going to I'm going to take a solo single dingle tonight as these guys are getting ready to go, and I want to make sure. Give me a second and make sure that they were all finished qualifying. And yep, they are finished qualifying. We're going to go right into the race, folks. There we go. All right, here we go. We're getting loaded in here at Canadian Tire. Getting all ready to go, jacked up. They have finished qualifying. They are going green. So far, with the fingers crossed, looking on the stream, everything, we're not having any lag showers going on, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed with that. If this thing will ever frickin' hurry up, it wants to take a sweet ass time this evening on a Sunday night. Of course, it wants to take a sweet ass time. And here we go, jumping off to the beginning as we are green here at Canadian Tire, and taking a peek as Shovelhead in the 22 out to a quick lead, as he's got some company all over his tail. And let's go through the field and introduce these drivers to you. Of course, the number 22 there in the lead, and that is FRR Shovelhead driving that number 22 as he goes into this hairpin turn. Ooh, taking a little bit wide, but he's got it, no problem. Next up is Death Before Dishonor in the 20 car. He is hot on Shovelhead's trail as they go up the hill here, but Death Before Dishonor going to be tough to beat here on the road course in that number 20. Bad Martin in the 19 also going to be tough to beat as he has got a little bit of traffic going around, but Bad Martin in that number 19 Toyota. True Death in that number 3. True Death. He had a great qualifying start up here at the beginning as he's right here behind Death for third position as he crosses the start-finish line. And there is True Death in that number 3 car. Pittman in the number 11. Everybody knows Pittman. Everybody knows FedEx. And everybody knows Pittman's in that FedEx Toyota. Mack in the 17. A good qualifying start for him. Qualifying top 5 in that number 17 Ford. Got a good start. I know he's looking to try to get a good finish. It runs off the track just a little bit. He'll be all right as he's got that number 2 looking right underneath of him. Danny MD in the 96, driving that 96 Toyota. Had a rough go last week at Kentucky, but Danny MD in the 96 got that 96 and those tires back up underneath of him tonight at Canadian Tire. Racer Rick in the 34. Also not the greatest on the road courses, but he's going to give it hell tonight in that number 34. Racer Rick driving that 34 Ford. Mucka in the number 2. There's Mucka as he just passed Mack in a 17. Mucka in that number 2, looking to make his way forward here at Canadian Tire, looking for a good finish as well in the number 2. Hick Ross in the 18. There's Hick Ross, and I love that paint scheme. He got the puppy dogs on the side of the car tonight. That's right, he got my dogs on the side of that car in that 18 Toyota. Go get him, Hick, with the dogs. And G. Petro in the 8, going to be taming some beasts. He got the beast on his back this season. He's going to try to tame that beast tonight here at Canadian Tire in that number 8 car. Next up, Field Filler in the number 5. Field Filler did not get the starting spot or starting position that he wanted to jump out the gate, but that's all right. He's been prone to that. He's no problem with him. No problem at all. No problem. That's simple. Got to get that number 5 back up to the front. Hurricane Hull in the number 9 car. There's Hurricane Hull, as he looks like he's kind of all by his lonesome. Not sure exactly what happened. As you can see, he's kind of falling back. This could be strategy, though, here. This could be very easily strategy, kind of backing off, not getting in any trouble, just kind of ride as we are in the first stage. Hurricane Hull in a number 9 car. Mini Golf in the 21. There's Mini Golf in that 21 car. Had a great run at Sonoma a couple weeks ago in this 21 car. Good on the road courses. Looking for another good finish here tonight at Canadian Tire. THC in the 7. There's THC in that number 7 car, that black and yellow number 7. I know he's looking to have a good run and get them tires underneath of him here at Canadian Tire in the number 7 car. Dimebags in that 1 car. And I love this paint scheme, y'all. Check out this paint scheme, this number 1 gear wrench. One of my favorite, if not my favorite. I love this paint scheme on this number 1 car that Dimebags is running tonight. There he is. Nice looking paint scheme there. Oh, he gets that. Look at it. He drifted that corner. Beautiful. Nice job, Dimebags in the number 1 car. King G right there, right in front of him in the 41. That Haas Ford in that 41 car. He's right in front of Hickross and Dimebags in this number 41. Looking to have a good run as well. 19mm in the 12. There's 19, gets a little wide, keeps on the track going, get it loose a little bit. He's all right, 9mm in the number 12 car. He'll be fine. He's got a little bit of damage, no worries, no problem. That man Perky in the 14. There's Perky driving in Office Depot number 14 as he's pulling up right here, right behind some leaders here. He's catching up slowly but surely. Look for him to make his way to the front that he always does. He gets wicked loose going into turn 1 real quick, but that's all right, no problem. He's got that set up the way he wants to. Perky in that 14, and then he slides. Oh! Ooh! Oh, he went over that hill. He almost tumbled it. He almost rolled that 14 over that hill. Woo! Man, talk about a peekaboo moment. He definitely had a peekaboo right there. Tell you what, that 14 almost went for a roll. And next up, there's Typical in the number 10 car, the pole sitter at Kentucky for that Independence Day Bash last night, driving that number 10 car. He got some little bit of money out of that. And here he is in this number 10 car. Every time he's in this Go Bowling number 10 paint scheme, he ends up getting a dub. So let's see if he gets that dub here, follows suit with this number 10 car. I think every time he's been in this Go Bowling paint scheme, he knows how to knock all 10 pins down just like he knocks everybody else down and goes for the win. Let's see if he can do it tonight. Shovel, and there's, so that's going to lead us all the way back. And Shovelhead, our leader, coming down pit road with Death Before Dishonor. These are our front 2 leaders, first and second, coming in with the lead as pit stops already being made. Death Before, and a lot of everybody's coming in. Death Before Dishonor as well. Typical, Bad Martin, Mucka, the 17 of Mac, 34 Racer Rick, Pittman in the 11, Danny MD in the 96, all coming down pit road. Along with Hick Ross in the 18, Field Filler in the 5. Anybody stay out? Of course they did. True Death stayed out. True Death's going to stretch this sucker as he's going around the hairpin turn. Gets around there pretty decent, pretty nice. And if you notice, we are missing a couple heavy hitters. We're missing a couple heavyweights tonight. That's right. Favre is not in the race tonight. Favre in his number 4 car, not in the show tonight. Also missing Flash. I know Flash. Let's take a look here with Perky and Mucka as they go around the hairpin. But Flash is with family tonight, and I hope hoping Flash and Favre both tuned in, and can't wait to see them guys back on the track next week. But they are definitely going to take time and spend it with family, the more important things in life, and being with family. Wish those guys get back here next week. As me personally, I think they may have pulled one of my little moves and say, hey, you know, it's Canadian Tire. you know, maybe it'd be a perfect time to take the week off and go out of town. And I don't know, I'm just saying. Anyway, back up here, we got battle right here with Hick Ross and G. Petro. Got some tight racing going on here. As we just made some green flag pit stops. And green flag pit stops still being made. True Death is in the pits right now. And trying to look forward and try to get a leader as he comes out. As I check his stream, as checking on mini golf here in the 21, he's got Pittman all over him. And kind of circle around a little bit, and looks like Shovelhead in the 22. Back out in the lead with Death Before Dishonor hot on his trails. These guys started 1-2 and they are still 1-2 here in stage 1 as we got about 4 laps to go. And these guys definitely the favorites. I mean, both of these guys have run very, very well in all road courses. I mean, consider them road course ringers. It is no secret that Shovelhead and Death Before Dishonor are very, very, very good on any of these road courses. So, not surprising to see both of them here in the top 2. Now, the question is, will they be able to seal the deal? As another one that has always been very, very good in the road courses, and that is this guy, Typical. Everybody knows Typical as he's working his way through the field now. There's you kind of see the intervals here a little bit as he's catching up on True Death and Bad Martin through the hairpin turn. And back up to the front as Death Before Dishonor and Shovelhead, as they are coming down around and getting ready to cross the stripe here in just a moment. Death Before Dishonor right on his tail. Looks like he's just trying to ride right now. Not trying to push the issue. Only in stage 1. Oh, Typical! Holy crap! He drifted that thing around. Wow. That is going to be a highlight reel. The 10 car just drifted that thing around coming down the hill. Got it sideways. He did everything but wreck that 10 car. Unbelievable. I'm telling y'all, what this kid can do in this 20 car is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. That was unbelievable. And speaking of unbelievable, folks, don't forget to tune in tomorrow night to the Shady and Drips Racing Roundup, as we will be talking with that unbelievable, undisputed champ, and that is It's Your Bro Chase, the winner of last night's Kentucky or Independence Day Bash at Kentucky last night, as he went on to win that thing. That kid by far is hands down the undisputed champion, and I told him so in a message after the race. As looking here, Shovelhead got a little squiggly going through the hairpin. But yeah, I will have the winner himself, It's Your Bro Chase, on the Shady and Drips NASCAR Heat 5 Racing Roundup tomorrow night, Monday night, 8 p.m. on my channel, the Shady Acres Entertainment YouTube channel. We will be talking with It's Your Bro Chase, the winner of last night's Independence Day Bash. As these are our two leaders here, let's take a look around the track. Let's see what's going on around here as we kind of check in with these three guys here, as Typical now has finally gotten around Bad Martin, and he's setting his sights on True Death. So True Death right there in front of Typical. And this is a battle for third position. Ooh, there goes Typical again, getting his sideways. That's the same turn. He does it every time around that turn. As this is there's the interval there. There goes our leaders on the other side of the hairpin. True Death in third, Typical in fourth. Alright, as I just put, sorry about that, folks. Just had a little bit of a technical difficulty. And that takes us to the end of stage one, as Shovelhead dominated stage one, taking the win in dominating fashion with Death Before Dishonor in second. Shovelhead from the pole. As I'm not exactly sure. Well, I hope True Death. There's True Death. There it is. Okay. Okay, there's True Death. I had True Death. I had True Death stream. I thought that he may have lagged out there for a second. But True Death finished third in that stage. So here we go in stage two, and Shovelhead gonna lead us to green. True Death has a better pit crew than Death Before Dishonor, as he beats out Death for second and gets a jump on Shovelhead. Put True Death to the point. Shovelhead may have something to say about that, though, as he's looking to the inside. Bad Martin looking to the inside now of Death Before Dishonor, kind of tucked back in as Shovelhead regains the lead. Shovelhead almost just kind of gave True Death a little bit of a taste, and Shovelhead coming back, or I'm sorry, True Death coming back on the inside, not able to get the momentum that he needed, as now he's got himself his hands full with this 20 car, Death Before Dishonor. Death goes way high into the corner. Gonna allow True Death to take that one as they make the left hand, but then there's gonna be the sharp right hand as they take it to the start-finish line. Shovelhead starting to get a little bit of a break now. Death Before Dishonor all over True Death. This is for second. As we look behind, oh! These guys getting big time loose, and that is Typical that you see right there in fourth, as he is now catching up on Death Before Dishonor. They come down the hill. Bad Martin here, currently in fifth. Oh, and Shovelhead off. It gets way out of line. And now we've got side by side between Shovelhead and True Death. This is for the lead, as they have this drag race. True Death is going to have the inside here on that one, and comes back, and now here comes Death Before Dishonor, and he's going to have the inside, but he didn't send it in there. Very good move on Death Before Dishonor. Very good move. Didn't send it in there, because if he sent it in there, there was only a little bit of room, and he knew if he sent that in there, that could have broken loose, and that could have taken both of them out. Very, very good move on the part of Death Before Dishonor. Very patient. One of the most patient guys that I know that races on here, and he just showed it that as the patience, as he now just tucks in right there in third position, as Shovelhead now flexes his muscle in the 22 and retakes the lead. And here comes Death Before Dishonor underneath a True Death in the 3 as they bang a little bit of door, as they trade a little bit of paint here. Typical is right behind him in that 10 car. There's Typical in that red car, that 10 car right there, and that's Bad Martin right there in 5th, as he's just kind of riding right now. Here comes Typical sticking his nose underneath of the 20, trying to let him know that he's there. I think Death already knows that he's there, but Typical wanted to show that he was there. As they come around and complete another lap, as I try to get a lap count this next time by. Ooh, ho, man, these guys are, doing everything but crashing coming off of that turn. I don't know how these guys hold on to this, man. This is funny. I wonder if they're having the oh shucks moment every time that they do that. As now things kind of start settling in a little bit. I'm trying to get a lap count here for you guys. Trying to get a lap count. Give me 1 second. As we got another battle here for the lead. It looked like we had a battle for just a second. Here comes, I was just about to say, here comes the leaders as pit stops were about to had to have taken place any moment. And here comes the entire field. Let's see, anybody taker staying out? Somebody stayed out. I think that was King G that stayed out. That must have been King G. Rolling some dice on staying out. Oh, and 19mm around. On the hairpin. 9mm is way back. Everybody's in pit road. This is how far back 9mm is. As everybody now comes back out. Here's King G. As King G being scored our leader at the moment. As he comes around their hairpin. And back up the hill. No doubt that that King G will definitely be making his pit stop this time by. But King G currently being scored as your leader. Now let's get back up. Let's see what's going on over here as Field Filler checking back in with him as he's having not one of his best races. Obviously, not looking like one of his better tracks. As we're kind of taking a look around. As now we're riding with Pittman. It was now behind Death Before Dishonor here. And this has gotten interesting. Trying to see where things are at here. If I can get a interval point. Where's the interval points? Okay, so there. Oh, Pittman hit the. Going in hot. He went in hot, all right. And theirs would be the reason why. Typical all over his back bumper. King G in the pits as the leader, but everybody's going to be coming around him as Shovelhead will be coming around to take the lead back. Death Before Dishonor in second. Pittman in third, with Typical in fourth. Ooh. And I'm trying to take a cruise around real quick. King G now as he's coming. 1-9. That man Perky. Currently Perky is in 8th spot. And here's Typical here now in 3rd. Ooh, he's way off a track. Not sure what happened. Pittman. Not sure what happened with Pittman. Where Pittman was there, and Pittman's got some heavy damage. Pittman must have broken loose and lost control at some point, because he is way back with a lot of damage. As we ride with Bad Martin now, who's in 5th spot. True Death is in 4th. Racer Rick being scored in 5th. Great run for Racer Rick as we run now here with True, who's in 4th spot. Bad Martin in 5th. Racer Rick in 6th. Perky in 7th. Field Filler up to 8th, and Mac is 9th. So True Death is in 4th. That makes Typical in 3rd. Death Before Dishonor in 2nd. And Shovelhead in 1st. As now we start getting a battle here with Perky and Racer Rick. This is for 6th position. Racer Rick has it. Shovelhead is in the lead, Elvin. Shovelhead has got a considerable lead at this point. Let's get on up to our leader. Let's check out our leader, as I know he is way ahead. Here we go. Here's Shovelhead. He's got a heck of a lead now, as they just made green flag pit stops not too long ago. He came in with Death Before Dishonor hot on his trail, and you can see how far ahead he got out in front of him. As let me try to get a lap count, as this is actually the last lap in stage 2. So we are in the final lap. Shovelhead has dominated this entire race. He started on the pole, won stage 1, and is now on cruise control for stage 2. As he's got the one. Oh, whoa! Ooh! Oh no! Here comes Death coming around to take it. I spoke too soon. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Death Before Dishonor ends up taking... Oh, no. Congratulations, Death Before Dishonor, and outright stealing the stage 2 win. Yes. Oh, man. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Shovelhead, as he was going into the very last turn, clipped the grass and spun it around. Death Before Dishonor came right around along with Typical. Typical finished second, and Shovelhead ended up third when he had, probably about, I don't know how many seconds of a lead. Yeah, man. Wow. Alright, well, I guess he's never over until it's over, because that was on the very last turn there. He just turned himself around. But here we go with stage 3. And True Death once again starting in second. On the Typical. He went airborne. Oh man, I don't understand how these guys. Oh man, yeah, he'll be back there by far. As he and Death Before Dishonor by far have had the best cars all race long. But Shovelhead, now there he comes through the field, makes the pass on Field Filler. Here's Shovelhead now. And Shovelhead has been the class of the field. He has had the best car by far, along with this guy, Death Before Dishonor. They've been running 1-2 all race long. Now, also, who's had one heck of a race is Bad Martin and True Death. They've been in the top 5 all race long, as Bad Martin has his hands full now with that number 10 car. And able to keep it down the big hill. Yeah, and give another spot to Shovelhead as he now makes the pass on Perky. And now it's for 5th position. And ooh, a little contact as Shovelhead now is seems to me that he is pissed off. That is correct. Favre and Flash both did not make it. They are with family on this 4th of July weekend. So we will look forward to seeing Favre and Flash both next week. What do you say there, Billy? I hope you got my... I don't know if you got my message. I sent you a message on Facebook, Billy. As we are just cruising right here. We're in stage 3, fellas. We're in stage 3. Daggone, Death. They've been doing it every single time they hit that curve. As a little bit of a race recap, Shovelhead was dominating the entire race. Started on the pole, won from the pole. Or, I'm sorry, won stage 1. And won stage 2. Or, no, I'm sorry. He won stage 1 and had about a 5-second lead in stage 2, coming around the very last turn of stage 2 to take the green-white checkered, and spun it out. He hit the grass, spun it out on the last turn. Death Before Dishonor came up and sneaked right around him and took stage 2. Typical beat him to the line, and Typical finished second, and Shovelhead finished third. But Shovelhead and as Shovelhead here is currently in 4th, right behind Typical and True Death, who's in 2nd. Does JGR have a win this year? You know what? I'm not sure. I'd have to try to think about it real quick. I don't think that they do, honestly. I don't think that they do. But they're on their way to getting one tonight, as Death Before Dishonor is your leader. And yeah, my dog, B. Nizzy, he is also with family tonight on this wonderful, very warm 4th of July weekend. So, riding single dingle up here tonight. And we're almost finished. Let me get a lap count here. As Death Before Dishonor, they are going to have to make a pit stop. Green flag pit stops will be coming any moment. Yes, Penske won a couple races. But pretty much Stewart Haas has been dominating with Favre and Typical, both Stewart Haas. So pretty much they've been dominating the whole season. Yes, Death Before Dishonor is definitely the underdog. He's had one podium this season. Just one, believe it or not. Just one podium. And looking back here, let's take a look, as Typical looked like he started coming close to True Death. So here's True Death here. Looked like for a second there that Typical was kind of getting close. As pit stops are green flag pit stops are going to be coming any lap. Probably next lap they'll be coming in. As Typical, I wonder if Typical just kind of hanging out now, as green flag pit stops are getting ready to commence. As a matter of fact, let me go on back up, as Death is still out. He's got to be coming in this time, as we have 8 laps remaining in the race. So only 8 laps to go. And one more pit stop before we get to the end. So we got one pit stop to go. True Death in second. Here comes pit stops. Here they come. So here comes all the leaders. Let's see who is staying out. Perky stayed out. Perky. So a couple guys have stayed out. Let's get on Perky here. There we go. Here's Perky here, because this puts Perky in second. And that's Dimebags in the one car. Put him to the point, as they now have stayed out. As Field Filler also looks like he stayed out with Hicross in the 18. And here comes, as Perky is definitely in fuel saving mode, as Field Filler now makes the pass on him. And back on out. So the leaders that just come back out. And looks like Typical lost a little bit of time actually to True Death. Death Before Dishonor still in first. True Death in second. Typical in third. And Shovelhead now in fourth. And all of them are spread out a little bit. And we only have about 6 laps to go. And Perky is out of fuel. I see Perky now out of fuel. He was riding in 4th spot as they come around. There are 5 laps to go now as they cross the line. So 5 to go. And Perky is out of fuel. Ooh, typical way off track. As he's trying everything he can to run down True Death in that 3 car. And he's starting to pull up to him a little bit. He's got him now. He's up there. They're going to have a little bit of battle here, I think. For a second. And come on, hurry up. I'm trying to get a lap count here. What happened here? Come on. Here we go. Alright. I'll get a lap count here in just a moment. As they come around. I know that the laps are starting to really wind down here. Oh, and True Death out on the grass and just gave it up, as now True Death falls back and just gave second to Typical, and here comes Shovelhead. As... oh, come on, phone. Come on, you stupid thing. Come on. As we got 5 to go, so 4 to go. Here's Death Before Dishonor. As he crosses the line now, we'll have 4 laps to go as he's crossing the line. So now, we got 4 laps to go. Death Before Dishonor in first. Shovelhead now all over Typical for second. So here's second and third. True Death is in fourth and now is way back. And here's the battle so far right now. And here comes Shovelhead making the pass on Typical for second. And he does it. Now. Oh, the cell right in front. Oh, no. THC right in front of the 22 of Shovelhead. Oh, man. And here comes True Death in the 3 car. Now takes third. That most definitely has just given Shovelhead some damage to the front of that 22. Typical now in second. Now True Death, I'm not sure what's got. True Death's car has got to be gone away. I don't know if he only took 2. He must have only taken 2 because his car just isn't there. As Shovelhead, with the damage, is now in third. There's the interval between second place at Typical and third place a Shovelhead. Death Before Dishonor. Whew, you're about to see Death Before Dishonor is way up there. This is the battle on the track right now. As I believe there are 3 to go. Okay, so here we're coming down. So there's Death Before Dishonor over there. And here comes Shovelhead. He's up there with Typical now. There's Death Before Dishonor. So there's the interval. Oop, wrong button. As we've got 3 to go. So this next time by, they'll have 2 laps to go. As Shovelhead now makes the pass on Typical for second. Drop Typical to third. True Death there in fourth. 2 laps to go. I don't think that Shovelhead is going to have enough time, as especially with the damage that he's got, and he's trying to everything he can to hold Typical off for second spot. As here they come. True Death trying to get into the mix of this. The True Death wants to take home a third if he can. He's trying to steal one from Typical, but True Death's car looks like it's kind of, well, wait a minute, I may be speaking. He's trying to make it work. And here goes Shovelhead. Shovelhead's now putting some distance between him and Typical. As here comes Death Before Dishonor. One more turn. Alright, so he's going to take the white flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Canadian Tire. And now, as soon as I go to check the leader, Shovelhead now loses second. As we now Typical is in second and Shovelhead is in third, as I'm trying to keep an eye here on Death Before Dishonor, who is our leader. Whoops, wrong way. There's the interval between these Shovelhead, Typical, and Death Before Dishonor. Shovelhead doing everything he can for second. Shovelhead is doing everything he can for a second. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it. As here comes Death Before Dishonor. Nice and neat. Nice and easy, I should say. Oh no, Shovelhead is out of gas! Shovelhead is out of gas as here comes Death Before Dishonor. Takes the win. Shovelhead is out of gas. Bad Mark's going to sneak on by, and everybody else, Shovelhead is out of gas. Unbelievable. Oh my lord, but Death Before Dishonor takes the win. Congratulations to Death Before Dishonor. Wow, man, that is unbelievable. I mean, bad luck doesn't even explain. That doesn't even explain.
Man, where'd he fall to?
Wow.
12th. Oh my god.
Alright, question is, wait a minute. So, just had to send a message there to Death as trying to get the finishing order.
It was Death Before Dishonor, Typical, and an I.
Right. Now I'm trying to get the final 10, the top 10 here if I can.
The top 10.
I don't know. I don't know why your stream always stays a little bit blurry on my phone.
I don't know either. At the end like that. It's the PS5 thing. Somebody should have took pictures of it though.
I did here a second. And alright, here we go. The top 10 here. As we get back and change my screen here a little bit. And let me get under here. Let's go over here. Okay, the top 10. Here's your finishing order. Death Before Dishonor finally gets his first win of the year. Typical in second. True Death in third. Dimebags with a heck of a run in fourth. His best race of the season for Dimebags. Congratulations, Dimebags, getting fourth. Field Filler fights back to get fifth. Mucka in sixth. Hickross comes home in seventh. Bad Martin in eighth. G. Petro in ninth. And Pittman rounds out the top 10. So let's get in our top 3 of True Death in third, who I got in a booth now. Is Typical already in?
Yes, he's in.
All right, so let's get to this a little bit. True.
Yes, sir.
Man, congratulations on getting third. It's
Thank you.
taken a minute. It's taken a minute, but finally got you up here in a booth for a
Second
podium.
time. Yeah, second time. What, in a month?
Yeah,
So,
I guess something like that.
I think it was last road course.
I think so. I think so. I think it was at Sonoma, and we had you up. So you definitely got a knack for these road courses.
Yeah, one of my stronger suits on the NASCAR circuit, you can say. But no, we put a lot of time in this week on this track. Broke my record several times throughout the week, but it was a really good week on practicing and dialed the car in. I should have. Typical, he's fast. I should have had him though, but a good run, Typical. Congratulations to you in your second place, and Death Before Dishonor. Congratulations on your first win. Bigger, that's a big thing right there. But a lot of people told me that Death was the favorite. Him or Shovel was the favorite to win this race, and so I was like, which I never seen Death Before Dishonor run here, so I wasn't sure how good he was or what. But yeah, he's fast, super fast. So congratulations to both of y'all, though.
I tell you what, they definitely they were definitely the top 2 all night for pretty much the most part. I mean, your car, you had a really good car yourself tonight, man. You had a good qualifying spot. You stayed up front all race long. It kind of looked like your car though was kind of dying off there towards the end a little bit.
Well, it didn't die off. It's I changed my gear earlier today. So that way I wouldn't have to save fuel in that last stage. I could just run race trim and all the way. And on the exits of the corners, that's where it really affected my car. I didn't have no pull off the exits. And but it paid off though, because as you see, Shovel ran out of fuel. I was able to make that pass on him for fourth or third, I should say. But I regret it in a way, and then I don't regret it, because I did have a gear where I could have made it, but I really had to save, and I didn't trust it though. But I do regret not trying it though. I might have been up there where Typical's at right now. But I'm glad I made it though. I made that choice, and it paid off. We had a podium finish, so I'm happy with that, and had a good points day with all the stages and stuff like that. So I can't ask for nothing better than that. So.
Definitely, man, and congratulations on getting on your second podium of the season and coming home in third, man. Gonna let you go and enjoy the night and let you celebrate a little bit. And we're gonna pull in our runner-up, and that is that guy Typical in that 10 car. Man, I tell you what, dude, you just keep putting in. I mean, these top 3 finish, the top 2. I mean, you're just putting in one heck of a season, Typical. Congratulations on getting second tonight.
Appreciate it, man.
Man, I tell you what, dude, you have got to be, I mean, dog tired from this past week with the bash yesterday. You won yourself a little bit of money getting that pole for the bash and everything else. So tell me, I mean, coming into the race, I mean, I know you had a lot on your plate working, on the car for Kentucky for that Independence Day bash last night. So tell me, I mean, how were you able to balance things out a little bit with your car tonight?
Well, lucky for me, I didn't get to test my car all week, but it was already built, so it wasn't really a problem. But I did have gear problems, so I couldn't save as much fuel or go as fast as anybody else. But yeah, Kentucky took up most of the time. I didn't even get to qualify, so I started dead last tonight. but I was able to crack a top 5 by the end of stage 1, so that was good. Second stage, I don't know, man, but I do know in the third stage that I was fuel saving. I thought I was about to make it like good enough to be able to run it like fast paced, but no, the second fuel runs where we had to save fuel, and I was saving fuel on the first fuel run. So yeah, unfortunately, it came down to fuel saving. If it would have went green, or not green, but if caution would have came out and we actually got the race how we're supposed to, I probably could have pulled it off. But I knew Death was good here. I think I was a little bit quicker, but it's all good. He got the track position, hit his marks, and got the win.
I tell you what, man. I mean, you're right there. I mean, things. Probably the most interesting finishes between a stage and an ending that I saw was Shovelhead, right there at stage 2. You know, getting spinning it right there on the very last turn,
Oh,
man.
yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I remember that. No.
And then and then having the 7 car kind of turn, but so you and him were going back and forth, back and forth. He would kind of take the spot from you, and then I mean he would just have the worst luck that I think I've ever seen on this game. I mean,
I was trying to give it to him because I knew he wasn't saving fuel. There's no way, because he was going way too quick to be able to save fuel. So I wasn't really worried about him making it.
right.
I kind of just tried to give it to him.
I tell you what, man. Where are we racing next week? Where are we racing next week? Do you know?
We're
Going
racing
to Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Atlanta win the new next gen cars.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna have some. We got some.
Rest of the season should be the new next gen cars.
All right. So what are your thoughts on there before I let you go? Typical as far as Atlanta switching up to the new cars, man. You excited for that?
Yeah, the next gen cars are cool. Atlanta just can be a low line draft fest, but it'll be all right. I feel like from this point out of the season, you're about to see a lot more new winners because these next gen cars are a lot more even, and all the guys that were not as fast as the faster guys are about dead even with us now. So I'm expecting to fall off a little bit, stay consistent, but I don't think I'd be winning or anything as much.
You're still gonna get plenty of. I still see you making plenty of trips up here into the booth, man. You got too much talent. So you're too good, man. You're way too good. I mean, a huge fan of yours and love watching you every Sunday, man. Congratulations on getting a second place tonight, dude. Your job well done over the entire weekend.
Thanks, man. I try to come back next week and get one more position higher.
You got that right. And give me 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I can try a little something here. Give me 1 second. Bear with me if I can. Alright. Alright, I'm looking up, just sending a message to our winner, and that is Death Before Dishonor, who I mean he won that thing outright. He had a heck of a car. He and Shovelhead had the 2 fastest cars of this race, man. They went back and forth, and Shovelhead or Death Before Dishonor. He hold on a second. Let me see. Death Before Dishonor, he just wanted to say thank you to everyone. It was a fun race. He said he had a heck of a time and just wanted to thank everyone again, and we'll see everybody next week. A man of few words, that's for sure, man. He's a man of few words, but
He's like me. When you get a win, I don't like wins. I'll take a win. Don't get me wrong, but I like top 5s and top 10s because at the end of the year, you win a championship. That's a year-long celebration, not 1 week.
This is also only his second podium of the entire season. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely not had the season, but hopefully Yeah, Death. I mean, if he's tuned in, we'll tune in. I mean, hopefully be able to use this and kind of break through the ice a little bit, and take that momentum and ride
Well,
it to the end.
I did tell all the new drivers this year. I did say the leash is off. You know, you've had plenty of time to learn how we drive. Blah blah blah. Go and do what you can do. Now the other captains, I don't know what they're doing with their newer drivers, but mine, I'm letting the leash off and letting it run because I told them to stay. You know, if you find yourself in a winning position, win it. Don't just give it up. But right now, just this season or half of the season, to learn how FRR drives and how we like for you to drive. And most of them have done it, and I'm proud of them, especially Death, Racer Rick. They both got their first wins this year as a rookie. So that's big steps for them. I want to thank you, all the new drivers, for listening and doing it, and it paid off for a lot of them. Like Dimebag, he's made fourth tonight, and he was just patient and just worked his way through the field. So congratulations to all the new guys for sticking it in there.
Thank you, man, and I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight. It's been one heck of a weekend. I want to say thank you to everybody tuning in, and be sure y'all tune in tomorrow night for the Shady and Trip Racing Roundup, as we're going to recap tonight's race here at FRR with Death Before Dishonor getting his first win of the season, Typical in second, and True Death rounding out the top three. Want to say thank you. Without you guys tuning in and watching every week, we are absolutely nothing. So thank you guys every single week. Make sure you hit the little bell thingy back there. Hit the little bell and get the notifications. We're going to see everybody next week at Atlanta, where we're switching over to the next-gen cars. So things are about to get real, and things are about to get real interesting here at FRR Cup Series. So we're going to see you all next week. Want to say thank you, everybody, once again. And congratulations to Death Before Dishonor taking home his first win of the season. We want to say thank you, and everybody have a wonderful night and a very, very safe 4th of July.